Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Ostriv Alpha 3. This is episode 3 in our playthrough here. And when we left off, we had just planted our crops in our farms. We had queued up some houses, and we had queued up a wagon shed. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a stable. So we're going to go over to our trade and transport tab, get our stable, excuse me. We've got to find a spot for it. Now, our wagon shed is here. So we could put the stable right next to this, or what we could do is we could put our stable down here in this kind of agriculture area. Now, horses aren't really related to crops, and you can't use them to pull plows, so I'm going to go ahead and put this closer over here, and we'll put the entrance facing south. I guess it's technically north, but uneven terrain. Are we going to do that again, are we? All right. It's going to care if I go any other direction. This terrain can't be that uneven. This game is just, it's picky sometimes. Alright, so it doesn't like this spot here. But it does. I was liking this earlier. Okay. No? Alright, so we'll leave a little walkway. We'll put this right there. We can go ahead and put this ahead of some of the houses. Put this back to a more normal level. So what we're going to do now is we want to make sure this stuff gets built. So I'm going to open these builder positions back up. Going to have to keep these guys here. Our guy in the carpentry is all finished for now, so we're going to let him go. Make sure we don't have any men working here. Okay, she's in the middle of supplying resources. Thatchery, that's fine. Forestry, we have plenty of wood, so we can leave this guy. We have plenty of logs. This guy can chop the logs into wood all by himself. He doesn't need a friend. So let's see if these guys will start working here. And they will. So you can see our money is gradually increasing. Not necessarily always, depending on who's working where. So let's go ahead and let's adjust this a little more. So we're trending pretty good as far as income versus expenses. Keep in mind we did import one ox, so that's going to increase our expenses. We haven't spent any money on financial help or messengers. So year to date, we're actually looking pretty good. I don't like to raise this too much so that people complain they can't afford to buy stuff. I don't want to lower this too much more. We might actually be okay. We'll start doing better when we have more stuff to sell. So let's leave that alone for right now. Just see if we can get these guys to build both of these items relatively quickly. You see there's a little space in here. That's fine. People can walk between them. That's okay. So all the resources are collected. These guys just have to build it. And that they are. They're getting there. Sometimes I like to zoom in and just watch these get built. It's kind of soothing. If you've ever watched houses being built, those barn raising videos on YouTube are always fun to watch. Amish craftsmanship and all that. Well, that's enough of that. No one's playing this game to watch that, even though it is nice, so let's speed that back up. They're about done with that. As long as these guys don't have to all go sleep at the same time, which most of them are, but they're just about done. Yep, wagon shed's complete. And then they're going to start on our stable here. Hopefully we have enough stuff. Let's take a look at this wagon interface. So, looks like they have 3 spots for wagons and 5 spots for workers. As I thought, it was just going to be men only. Whatever. So it looks like we're going to have to experiment with this, but I guess you can adjust how efficient you want the wagons to be. So you can make regular... Okay, we're going to have to take a look at this. I don't know if there's any documentation I might have to read before the next episode we put up, but we might play with that later. Obviously, we can't have any wagons until we have horses, and we can't have any horses until we have a stable, and we can't get horses in the stable unless a messenger comes and offers us horses. But it just so happens we have a messenger now, but they're only offering chicken and honey. And we're not in a position to really buy anything right now. If we had sunflowers, we could sell them, but they only 10 cents per sunflower. You'd have to have a whole lot to really even make it worth it, and we don't. So these guys are making use of our cart garage down here. This is probably going to take a little while for them to build. It might not be done by the time that we'd actually want to do anything with it. If this takes too long, I'm going to have to move this. Yep. Can't find nails anywhere. We've heard that one before. Well, if you check your warehouse doesn't have nails either. So what's this guy's holdup? All right. So I think it's getting to be about that time to build a second smithy, but not quite there yet. We'll fire that guy so he has an excuse to go work at the smithy with his buddy. Yep, there he is. Making those nails. This is going to need, I believe, 210 more, 220 total nails. Can't find nail anywhere. There's nails right here. Okay, it just takes a while to update. So you see right here, this is our plow with our oxen. Right here, just waiting until the next plowing season. So it's too bad we couldn't get that in a little earlier, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, it's just a game. Just take it as it goes. This is a way to relax. I liked playing these games. It helps me forget about all the different stuff I've got going on in my life, and hopefully it helps you as well. Always glad to have you with me as I am doing these kinds of things, so thank you for watching. Well, now we're getting some nails in. They are still building. This is kind of an involved process to build this. Still have this lady right here making some thatch and reeds. Yeah, and that'll just keep getting filled up. It's always good to have a stockpile of that. Yeah, they're looking for nails, huh? Well, guess what? These guys are hard at work making nails for you so you can complain about not having nails. So be thankful, okay? Good. Glad we had that talk. This guy's still complaining because he doesn't have a buddy, but he's plenty fine until this logs number gets down to 0. Then we're going to have to hire somebody else back there. Yeah, there's still no nails. All right, so as soon as we have these houses built, we're going to have to build another smithy because that's ridiculous. Always complain about not having any nails. So let's check on our crops. Growth, 1/3 or so. Yep, just about. So we actually have flour now, which is nice because one of these stalls sells flour, I believe. If it doesn't, yes, right here. So this lady right here can sell that, and that's going to in turn help our economy a little bit. So you can see if you mouse over here, it has all the stored resources we have. We have all these different things. I don't think we're really out of anything necessarily. But we are going to go, we're going to check on our economy again. So we're doing okay. Our income is just past 300. If you don't count the import that we did for the one ox, we're actually coming out pretty far ahead. You can see this balance is growing negative, which is not really something that we want to see. I'm reluctant to raise the rent or lower the wages because that could start causing problems, but we're down below 100 gold, so we're going to have to do something. Let's go ahead and raise the rent a tiny bit. That might stem the bleeding a little bit. Our stable is finished now. Let's take a look at this. No livestock. You can breed horses here, so we're going to go ahead and just go ahead and enable all this, and I don't want to mess around with livestock dying, so let's just make that the max it can be. 1,000 for water, 500 for hay, 1,000 for wheat, horseshoes. 5,000. Wow, that's a lot of horseshoes. Horse tack. I don't know what that is. I mean, I do in real life, but in the context of this game, I don't see a lot of, Well, they're going to get to work doing that. It looks like we're going to have to allow these guys to make horseshoes, which they will out of iron. We still have plenty of iron, but we're going to have to start, as it comes in, we're going to have to start buying some. I believe horseshoes are also a thing we can export. No, it's not. Why? I wonder why that is. It seems like something that would be in demand. Well, no bother. That's fine. All right, we need these builder guys to start getting to work on some houses here. But we're not going to have any extra workers until we have those houses built. So we're going to have to wait until someone comes around with some horses that we can actually afford to buy. So we want to make sure we're in a position to actually do that. So you know what? While they're doing that, let's go back into our economy panel here. So you can see this balance is kind of fluctuating a little bit, but it does seem to be trending more down than up versus earlier when it was growing. You know, as soon as I say that, of course, it keeps going up. All right. Yep, see, there we go again. Just kind of ebbs and flows a little bit. It'll get more stable as we start selling more things, and we can export when these messengers come. All right. Well, you heard that sound. That was a messenger coming to town. Let's see what they've got. Selling salt, lime, and potatoes. We don't really need any of these. Actually, let's check our salt. We have some salt. We don't really have money to buy anything right now. Wheat, do we have extra wheat to sell? Technically, yes, but I don't think it would be a good idea to sell just yet. So, unfortunately, this messenger is kind of a waste. Well, that's fine. Get to work building these houses, my dudes. Alright, see, now we're starting to build some other stuff here. Got some horseshoes, got some nails. They should, people should be eventually starting to move things around. Still kind of just waiting on crops to grow. Well, let me address the fishing question real quick. So, if you want to have fish, you can buy dried fish from merchants, or you can build a boatyard, hire a dude to build boats, build a fishing dock, and hire 3 guys per boat of 3 boats, or 3 boats per dock, and you can tie up all these guys, because of course only guys can do this. You can tie up your entire male workforce all summer long, just fishing and fishing and fishing. And you're not really going to get that much. It's just not worth it. As far as I'm concerned, unless people are really, really, really complaining about not having any fish. But they're not. So guess what? We're not going to build any fishing docks. At least not yet. We might later game when we have some more people. But for right now, we don't. That's fine. Just get to work building this house. Looks like they've got all the resources they need. Just waiting on the people to actually do it. And then we have some open vacancies, so these people moving in should have no problem getting right at home. Yep, that house is done. They're going to move to the next one. Now, while we're here, might as well go ahead and lay down the area for the next smithy. So there's two camps of people as far as I've been able to tell with how you're building your cities. Some people just mix everything together, and some people have all of their houses in one area and everything else in another area. Well, we're going to bridge that. We're going to go kind of half and half a little bit. So you see over here we have this windmill. We're going to start putting other resource type things over here. So let's go ahead and put this smithy down over here. That way, as we start building more out this way, and then eventually down in here, we will have the ability to not have to go all the way across the entire map just to get some nails. And smithy, we'll put some other things next to it. Of course, we're going to need some charcoal piles over here. I think this terrain is a lot more forgiving for this. It's not going to be as much whining about not ideal areas. So we'll have 2 charcoal piles here. That should be... Can we fit a third? Let's try to fit a third. It's not going to want me to do that because of this windmill here. Okay, that's fine. We don't really need 3. So what else do we want to put over here? We had a couple different options. We have a saddlery. We can produce horse tack from leather and metal parts. So leather we're not going to get until we start really slaughtering cows. Which brings up a good point that we should probably build a slaughterhouse. So you know what we can do? So we can put our slaughterhouse right over here in front of the smithy, and then we can also put the saddlery right next to the slaughterhouse. But, you might ask, how do you get leather from cows? You have to tan the hides. So you can see very quickly how this game gets extremely complex. So, what you can do, get your tannery. Tanneries require a ton of water. So I'm going to put this guy down here, right by the water, and we're going to put a platform right over here behind him. Now we have a whole bunch of stuff queued up at once, so we want to make sure smithy is done first, then the slaughterhouse, then the saddlery. Actually, you know what? We can swap those, and we can build the platform before the tannery. That's fine. And this guy is still working away, doing his grinding thing. So now these guys need wood. So now, got to go and hire another guy right here. How are you still unemployed? Okay, now you're a laborer. That's good. You know what? Let's just go ahead and get up ahead of this wood real quick. So we had wood stored here, but I think it all got used. Our thatch and reeds are still looking okay. We're going to need to keep a steady stockpile of those. I guess this guy decided, oh, well, he went to go work somewhere else. That's fine. They need wood. Wagons, I guess we can't really build a wagon without horses. So that's fine. We don't have anybody working here, do we? No? Okay, good. Cart parking here. So we're going to... Okay, this cart needs repair. We're going to build another cart parking. We're going to get rid of this because this whole area we're going to need to start putting buildings here. So let's put another cart parking. Where do we want to put that? We want to put that here? Will this fit here? Yes, it will. So we'll do one of those there. Uneven terrain, of course. All right, why did I even bother putting something over there? Let's do up here by the town hall, if that will fit. Uneven terrain, okay. You really don't want me building anything over here, do you? Okay, right in front of the trading post. Come on. Come on. Play nice for the people watching at home. All right, there you go. A new family settled in our town. Let's check them out. Unemployed, not for long. All right, see, our economy's looking pretty good. Let's check on that again. So now it's really starting to go up because now we have more people buy more things and can produce more things. So as long as people don't start running out of money, this is probably a pretty good balance for economy-wise. If you're watching and you have advice for that, please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear it. I haven't been able to find a whole lot of resources on the economy of this game. There is a subreddit for the game, but it's not extremely active, and the documentation is not extensive as I would like. So if you've got any advice, please let me know. I'm all ears. So our guys over here are busy making some logs and wood. That's fine and dandy. Checking on these guys harvesting already. All right, so in the interest of harvesting everything, we're going to go down to 2 here. These guys are all going to come down here and start harvesting, or gathering, I should say, rather. They have one more house. Additional resources required. Builders are in the middle of doing that. If we have another family move in before this harvest is done, they can help with that, and that'll be fine. That will be all fine and dandy. Oh, we have a messenger. Let's see what they got. Chicken, sunflowers, and buckwheat. Now, we do have buckwheat. We have quite a bit of buckwheat. Let's see how much they are willing to pay for. That's not really a lot, but let's not sell 1,000. Let's sell 500. That's not a lot. It's just 50, but that gives us a little bit. We don't have any sunflowers, unfortunately. I wish... You know what? Instead of all this stuff, I probably should have been building chicken coops. Let's go ahead and queue one of those up. Let's see. Is there anywhere over here to put this? Yeah, we can put that right here. So you know what we're going to do? Is we're going to put that, instead of the smithy, we're going to build that first. Because what we can do... I think this messenger will only be here for another 18 days. I don't think we can get the chicken coop done by then. But there's a trick. You can order chickens without having a coop because they take time. This is 19 days distance away. So as long as we order before the 14 days now are up, it's going to take him 19 days to get us our chickens. And by then, chances are this chicken coop's going to be done. So we're going to keep a watch on this and make sure that he doesn't leave without selling me some live chickens. And they're already starting right here. Bringing resources in. Looking pretty good. 9 more days, 8 more days. It's just going to be kind of like watching the clock at the end of a basketball game before you take your last shot. Except, in this case, we're ordering chickens instead of sinking baskets. Now, our progress is not really going as fast as I would like, but what we can do is we can hire another builder, can get rid of... No, we can't really get rid of him. Get rid of this guy, have him become a builder. I slowed it down so I can catch this. I don't have to worry about that. Let's get 1 or 2 more days gone. No? All right. Still hasn't hired a builder. Come on. Come on. There he is. All right, 3 more days. We've got a little bit more time. So they're in the middle of getting all these resources. hopefully. Now, if this is not done by the time the chickens get here, then they're just going to turn right around, and we're going to have to send a messenger or wait for them to show up again, and that's not ideal. Let's check here. 2 more days. Wait for this to go down to 1, and then we're going to buy... Okay. We're going to buy our chickens. No chicken coop. See, the game's trying to be nice. It's warning. There's no chicken coop built in the town, but it doesn't have to be for us to buy it. It just has to be for them to stay. And we only got 195 gold here, and there are 12 apiece, so we can't buy 20. I would be very uncomfortable going that high, so our economy is trending upward. Let's go ahead and hit 10, and it is going to let us do it, which is hilarious. I feel like that's probably a game mechanic that they're going to patch. But now the race is on. Are they going to finish it in time? We can follow along live on the map here. See, 95 gold to send a messenger if we don't have this done in time. I might have just gambled and lost, but let's see. Okay, we can see the progress right here. I think we might get there. We might get there. I think we're going to get there. Yeah, it looks like we will, unless these guys all have to go to sleep at the same time. Oh, we're looking fine. We're good. This is almost ready. Excellent. It's all ready to go. Let's hire... Okay, well, we'll have to worry about men versus women later. But let's go ahead and get this stocked up. We can fire the men after this is over, because we need them to build things and to do things that are not raising chickens, because the women can do that all by themselves. So chickens, fun fact, will eat buckwheat, wheat, and sunflowers, unlike the cows, which will only eat hay. So if you have a surplus, like we do, we have a bunch of buckwheat, bunch of potatoes. Well, they can't eat potatoes. We have wheat and buckwheat, and we have all this other stuff. So these chickens will be fine. We just have to have people bring stuff in here. And soon, okay, well, a couple days, maybe a week, we'll have chickens come in. And then we can have chickens. So let's go ahead and build the slaughterhouse first, because we're going to get to the point sooner rather than later, most likely, where we're going to have to start slaughtering cows, because these people are going to be running out of meat. I think most of them are probably already out of meat. Yeah, it looks like a lot of them are. So they're going to be expecting cow products and meat soon. They will survive for a little while on just like regular vegetarian diets, but well, these people have a lot of that. Okay, that's fine. Some of these guys are coming in with dried fish. Again, fish just really economically aren't worth it at this point in the game unless there's some sort of mechanic overhaul, but there hasn't been. Let's take a look-see at our farm. See, we've got some people harvesting. We're still looking okay. We have an entire month to get all these potatoes and all this wheat. So hopefully that gets done quick. Let's go ahead and... Oh, it's already raised. That's not promising. All right, well, these people need to get it together here. All right, so building can get put on a little bit slower here. Let's get these people in here laboring on the farm, shall we? Yeah, now they're starting to come in. All right, these men have to stop working at this chicken coop. So we're going to get rid of them. Because now, oh, they've got so much food. So we really only need one person to manage this. I'd just like to just do that. All right. Come on down and work on the farm. There you go. So now we're getting these guys are harvesting up here. That's fine. This wheat just needs to get harvested down here. So hopefully someone starts coming down here and doing that soon. Now they're getting water. All right, come on, harvest me some wheat. You got half the month left, and you're not even down there at all yet. So you might see some crop spoilage here in the wheat farm if they don't get down here. Now we have a messenger. Okay, they don't offer anything, because these are people who just bought the chickens from. They're demanding sunflower, lime, and dried fish. We have none of those things. Sorry, can't help you there. All right, get to gathering this wheat now. Come on. Where could you possibly be going? Okay. Somebody harvest this wheat, please. All right. We have this guy here. Is he going to beat it? I don't know. I like watching these guys work like this. It's always fun. They're placing their bundles right here. I think we might just beat it. They're supposed to prioritize gathering it and placing it into bundles instead of moving the bundles. But yeah, they'll be just fine. They have a whole week left. That's plenty of time to spare. So now we can put this wage back down so we're not overpaying people. Now the slaughterhouse has to get built. So let's put these builders back on the job. Because now we have 9 cows. We have 10 chickens. Chickens multiply pretty quickly though. So you see the food reserve, like as long as you keep this even remotely stocked, you're completely fine. So our slaughterhouse is done. So now this is yet another building where only men can work. So we're going to hire one guy. Probably won't get hired right away. Now the only way you can slaughter cows in this game is if you specifically check for them to be slaughtered, or you can set your livestock limit down, which we will do to 10. And then as soon as it gets above 10, it's going to slaughter the oldest cow or bull, but it will never slaughter the youngest bull. So right now we only have one bull. It won't slaughter this one. But I'm just going to hit protect so we don't lose him in case something happens. So the first cow to die will be this one at the top here, as soon as it gets to more than 10, which realistically won't happen for a while. So just for the sake of getting some meat, we're going to go ahead and slaughter this oldest cow. And we're going to see this guy, when he's done resting, he'll come down here. He'll go to work and he'll head on over here to the cow shed, get the old cow, bring it in, slaughter it, and then we'll have beef. And there will be hides available as well for the tannery we haven't yet built. Yep, so he's got that cow right there. He's going to take it on inside, slaughter it, and you're going to see the hides and the beef go up. Yep, see, there you go. Each cow gives 100 units of each. And then we're going to get some beef in here, and then people are going to be able to purchase it and not complain about not having any beef. So we have our smithy is being constructed right down here. Then we're going to have a platform down here, then the tannery, then the saddlery, and then more cart parking. Speaking of carts, these guys are looking okay. These two are looking pretty rough. Can we spare anyone to work in this carpentry? Yeah, we'll go ahead and put a guy in here. Get one of those out of here. Because he's got to fix these carts, because as soon as these carts are fixed, they can go live in this... where did I put that? Put it up here, that's right. When that gets built, then they will move these here. We can demolish this camp cart parking, clear the way. We can actually go ahead and get rid of this campfire and these benches right here. I think someone's sitting here, so that's unfortunate. Oh, you're pregnant. Good. Give me more children so I can work these fields. All right. So all we're waiting on now, we can leave this well here for now, but it will probably be removed. So these camp carts are now fixed, so now our laborers can use those. Winter just keeps going and going and going. And this guy's getting more wheat. So now we've got a nice little selection here. We've got plenty of potatoes. That's good. So when we bring our pigs in, probably, if I can, the next episode. I know we said we're going to do something with horses this episode, so let's make sure that we have... See, this isn't a whole lot, but we haven't had a messenger come and supply us with horses. So we don't really have enough to go out and... See, 80, 95... I don't want to spend that much of our coin on messengers just yet. So if another guy shows up with horses, we will get that. Otherwise, that will probably have to be episode 4 that we go in and mess with the horses. But now we have our second smithy is almost ready. There we go. Make sure our supply settings are... I don't know why this isn't the default like this, for whatever reason, but we're going to hire this guy. Do I have that checked over here? I do. Do we have all this? So there should be a way in this game to just select by default for all of these to be checked. I might submit that as a feedback. to the developer of the game, but it's always kind of paranoid about running out of stuff here. So that's fine. We have our charcoal piles. This is built. Now they're going to start building this tannery. We have 100 hides waiting. I don't know how you got 100 hides from one single cow. That seems kind of suspect. But I don't know. Maybe there's just something I don't understand about that. So the thing about tanneries is, like I said, they require a lot of water. And the batches for making leather can be very large. So you could, I think, you can do 500 at a time. We only have 100 right here. I think the developer made some adjustments the last revision of the game that we're now playing on. So we'll have to see that. I know there was a glitch that caused it to only do very small amounts per batch. I believe he said he fixed that. So we'll give these guys a little bit of chance to do this. Let's see how we're looking over here. Economy's looking pretty good. We have wood. Our warehouses are still filling up. We have this one woman just dutifully working, making us some thatch. This is working out okay. You know what we can do while we are here? So we can start queuing up some more houses, because we're going to need them. We're going to need these people to have a chance at building everything we have to build. And you have to be kind of careful with some of this sometimes, as the houses will snap over here like that. Okay, I kind of painted myself into a corner here. It's going to be very close. You can see down here, it's going to be essentially... Oh, okay, that's just the shadow. That's completely fine. Just going to be a little... not as beautiful as it could be, but hey, that's not bad. That's not terrible. So I see a little... Okay, that's the saddleries going right there. We can put some more camp carts right here. Carts parking right there. Uneven terrain. We meet again. My arch nemesis. All right, that can go there. That's fine. It's not exactly... Oh, that is lined up. Perfect. So that is just so far down the pipeline. I don't think we're really going to need to worry about that too much. Let's go ahead and put in another well. I guess I can put one. That's going to be too close. I guess we can put... Oh, we don't have to have that right there, do we? Will this fit here? It will. Perfect. That can go there. That's fine. I think we're set up pretty well with a queue here. I do want to show you guys this tannery interface, but I don't think that's going to be done anytime soon. Well, you know what? What the heck? We've got some time left in today's episode. We can just let this run for a little bit. I'll let these guys build, and I'll be back in just a few minutes. All right, so our tannery's just about done. So you see right here, the batch size, I believe this is what he fixed. The batch size, like I said earlier, is up to 500. Now in the old version of the game, Alpha 2, if you clicked this at all, it would immediately go down to 10. He's fixed that, so that's good. So if you go again, only men are allowed to work here for whatever reason. And just go ahead and check that now so we don't have a problem later. We don't currently have enough men to really assign anybody to work here, but that's fine. It's ready to go whenever we have enough people. We're going to finish this saddlery. Of course, that's going to require leather to make saddles, I would imagine. I think it is, because I was talking about that when we first built it. So that's fine. That'll be ready to go whenever we get there. These cows haven't really reproduced? No. Well, this poor bull's only a year old. He's about to get busy. Let's see. Chicken's still looking pretty good. If you want, you can lower the hatchling amount, and then I believe you'll generate more eggs. But we're not really super worried about that quite yet. I wonder, can you build another clay pit? Yes, you can. So I might build another one of those over here so they don't have to keep going quite all over the place. But I don't want to take up prime real estate to do that just yet. Yeah, see, clay is really the limiting factor here. All right, so before we start this next planting season, let's check and make sure how our fields are looking. So we're going to have potatoes again here. Okay, so this field is going to be fallow. I don't think... Let's go ahead and pause this. I don't think, the way I have these crops rotating, I don't think it's necessary for me to actually have a fallow field year in, year out. So we're going to get rid of that. Just have that. And yes, I can do that. No, that's not the right one. Potatoes. So if we have one in potato, one in buckwheat, then if we can get away with not having fallow fields, that would be ideal, especially with the limited workforce that we have. Oh, because this is going to do hemp now. So, oh, we can't have both of these doing hemp. How did I... We can just advance that to wheat. You know what? Let's have this little one do hemp, and the big one do wheat again. Actually, no, we kind of have to let this one do hemp because of our resources here, so that's fine. We'll just do... I'll set this guy here, and he'll do hemp again the next one. Do we have wheat? Yeah, we're going to need more wheat. I don't know if we have room or manpower just yet. Well, we do have the one plow that can help. Let's see if I can squeeze in another field somewhere. I have houses here, so I can't really do that there. We're going to put more resource buildings here. Can I fit? This is about to be just really exceedingly dumb. Can't build on water. No kidding. Is it going to yell at me if I do? Yes, it is. Okay. All right, so say hello to our next wheat farm. So this one is hemp. That's going to be 2 wheat. This one is wheat, going to be hemp and then wheat again. So this one can start on wheat again. Good. You know, it's ugly, but it works. And that's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing's perfect. So we should see now. You can adjust the order priority by dragging up or down, but we're not really going to mess with that quite yet. See how he's plowing this field first, and he's going to plow this next field across from here. And I believe he's going to go up there, then this one, and then that one. Not that that really matters per se. The saddlery is looking like it's almost done. These guys just have to finish building it. And they're just plowing away down here. Oh, we have a messenger. Okay, let's check this out. More chickens. So what we can do here, yes, we already have chickens, but our livestock limit is 30, and we only have 10. So if we want to kind of jumpstart our chicken production, what you can do, you can go in here, and we don't have enough to buy 20. But we can buy another 10 chickens for 120, and then that will get us that much closer. More chickens will lay more eggs, which will hatch into more hatchlings, which will grow into more adult chickens, if you get where I'm going with that. And we will be able to have more chicken eggs and eventually chicken meat showing up in our market stall. So those chickens, if we want to watch them, we're not going to keep this open too long, but they're making their way downtown, as it were. Our saddlery, now, we're going to remove the ability to hire men because we need them for other things. And we're going to make sure this is like this. Now, what this gets supplied with is metal parts and leather. So this smithy right here, making the metal parts, just go right in here. And we can have a woman go ahead and start making some horse tack, because horse tack is required to maintain these guys, I believe. Yes, that's correct. Now, we don't yet have any horses, so we don't have to assign anybody there. So we're going to wait for all of these to get planted, and I think that's going to be a good time to stop today. I try to do, I think, moving forward, 1 full year of progress in every episode, and that is where we started this episode, just after, see these coins right here? It means our economic system is failing. Oh, because they were unemployed. So if they're both employed, you're fine. See, their wealth is going back up. You can hit financial help, and it will give 5 of whatever unit of currency this is to the family so they can buy food. But now they're both employed, so that's fine. I think we shouldn't really have anybody unemployed with all these different jobs we have available here. And we're going to have more and more of these houses come up, like this one that's just about done. And more people will start moving in. They're not quite done. Why is this not plowing? Did we miss the season for this? No, we didn't. Surely we did not miss the season for that. Okay, there it goes. All right, so we have a new family just moved in. Both unemployed for now. There's plenty of open vacancies, so go ahead and get on down to it. They're plowing this. And then we have all these other houses are going to be built, cart parking, and a well. So this cart parking is actually done. So what we can do before I send you guys out today, so we can have these carts. All you have to do is click and drag, and they will go into there. See that dotted line is now blue. We'll do that again. We'll do that again, and then some workers will move these. And once they are moved, we can actually just get rid of this thing because it's in the way. See, they're moving them, and now it's empty. We can demolish it, and that's gone. And now we have room here to build stuff, but we can mess with that next time. These guys are all planted, except for this field of wheat. They're about to get to that. But I think that just about does it for today's episode. Next time you see us will be May of 1724. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode.